Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. This is a general question for you guys here who are classic computer enthusiasts, like myself. While I don't primarily collect old computers because those do take up a lot of space, I do like to indulge in the occasional abandonware download or purchase these games through GOG.com, which of course takes all the painstaking effort of putting these games through DOSBox to boot them up. So, games such as Catacombs Abyss or Catacombs 3D, Descent, these type of games such as Secret Agent, etc., etc., etc. These games require a little bit of effort, especially for modern computers, to be able to boot up and process. Now, some folks probably don't have this issue because they most likely have a classic rig set up in the corner somewhere, so it's not a big deal for them to obviously download these games, put them on a floppy, or put them on a CD and boot them up on these computers. However, for folks who do own modern computers, they want to indulge in this classic set of games. These folks want to play the Nomad Soul, these type of titles in particular. For me, I think that this digital distribution efforts such as GOG.com and there's other websites out there who do this too is a great idea. For most folks who are hardcore enthusiasts, they don't like the idea. They feel that this is some sort of way to take away from what they consider ownership, even though GOG.com is a DRM-free website, which allows you full access and full right to download and install this wherever you wish, to any computer that you happen to own. So I don't see the humongous problem with this website in particular if you're into that whole bandwagon thing where you, I want all my games. Well, as far as I am concerned nowadays, most games are controlled by the DRM plague, as I like to call it in a small metaphor. While I initially play a game once through, and that's practically it, I don't see a need for me to reinstall certain games anymore. I just initially want to pay a flat rate or a cheap price to be able to enjoy these titles, so that way I can have that enduring experience and move on. The same thing went towards older games of yesteryear, even though some games, including today standards, have games out there that people play continuously because they just love it so much. I don't see the factor of that ever diminishing within any gamer whatsoever. Now, I'm not reading off any sort of cue card or anything like that, but however, particularly I like to look at this entire scenario as this. I like the fact that they're bringing websites out that actually distribute these classic games. For me, you, and everybody else to pay like $6 for a game and get the entire game complete and be able to install it in whatever you wish. I like and endorse this idea 110%. Now, this is another question for you guys as well on top of the existing one. Now, what if they decided to develop an OS or a size console that allowed you, or some sort of computer that allowed you to play these classic games in their natural habitat? What if someone just went out of the blue and says, okay, here's a 486 blah 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 computer, it could do this, this, and this, it has a limit to what it can install on there. Would you guys be enthusiastic about that? If someone just out of the blue designed this, even though people can use the Raspberry Pi or these other very, very portable and affordable computers and develop a computer just like that to be able to play these retro games anyway. Which, of course, GOG would become a godsend because of the fact that you can install these games and integrate them into the computer. Click, click, bam, boom, you're all set. Sam. That absolutely had nothing going for that little run-on sentence there. So, nonetheless, I personally think that these games should be distributed always, because if they're good, they deserve to have the limelight still to this date. Games such as Duke Nukem 3D and all these others, some folks, while they have that enthusiast in them, do also think that there's, a certain expiration date in certain games. While games are originally digital anyway, I mean, all games are practically that. There's software or an application that can be executed through means of a DOS prompt, command line. This is, to me, what is of modern games. We practically do own the right to play these games. At the same time, we should also own the right to play it whenever we wish too. So that, of course, is my opinion. I am simply sticking to it. Sticking to it, excuse me. And, well, I want to hear what you guys have to say about the entire situation in general. Because me, quite frankly, and I am such an enthusiast when it comes to retro games and modern games. So you can't do me no wrong as long as a good game is presented to me. So take care, folks.